It was that time again as the fishermen prepared for another edition of the Zimbabwe Invitational Tiger Fishing Tournament from Kariba. They would pit their skills against the mighty tigerfish over 3 days of stiff competition to see who would own the bragging rights for 2017.
I wanted to welcome you to Kitft 2017. This is our 56th Tiger Tournament and it's our Royal Red. So well done and welcome to all of you.
Good afternoon and a warm welcome to this, the 56th Kariba Invitation Tigerfish Tournament. I would like to thank our sponsors, our gold sponsors being EcoCash, Isuzu, Ram Petroleum, Sawira, and our silver sponsors being Minute Maid, THI Insurance and Zambezi, as well as all our bronze and way-based sponsors. Without your support, this tournament would not take place. It now gives me great pleasure to declare Kitft 2017 officially open. Thank you.
This year there are lots of small fish around. Obviously the lake came up over the last year. There seems to be a lot more bream around. I mean, you hear of good catches of bream through the last 12 months. So yes, I think there's been a little bit of an explosion of population, but I think there'll be a lot of fish that'll be underweight. We've experienced lots of 600, 800, 900 gram fish. It's going to be quite difficult to find the decent sized fish, I think. Wow, certainly the less competitors, the easier it is. But are there still some good anglers out there? It's still going to be tough. And there's different strategies. There's guys there's a few more people spinning this year, more so than last year, I think. There's some interesting tactics, so it's still not going to be easy, that's for sure.
Gary, thanks very much.
Thanks for your time.
So all was set for day one of the 2017 edition of the Tiger Fishing Tournament. The flare would go off, the boats would race to their spots to find that elusive big fish. Reminder, 20 fish per day was the allocation per team, and a fish had to weigh over 1 kg for it to count as a weigher. So all set and off the boats went to quickly get to their spot of choice for day one in Kariba. Boats would be allowed to fish wherever they wanted as the sun was just coming up over Kariba. Arguably the best time to fish before it got too hot, as the conditions would tell and make it extremely difficult for a lot of fishermen. A very secretive activity, the tiger fishing tournament. Fishermen have their own theories on the best way to catch or the best areas to catch the depth of the water. Some would be fishing with spinners, some with a little kapenta fish. But no doubt, as mentioned by some of the fishermen from last year, the fish might have increased in number, but the ability to catch the weighers becoming more and more difficult. So early indications was that fishing was not going to be easy. But it didn't stop the wildlife enjoying what they were doing. And finally some action on the water. Unfortunately, not enough for a lot of fishermen. So boats speeding all over the lake, trying to change position.
This year we've got our cooler bags. We have our little cup coolers. We have pen knives and we have juice bottles. Basically we try and keep everyone keeping their drinks cool. So it's been very hot. So I think it'll be good for all the fishermen.
We've got drink bottles, we've got coolers, we've got towels as well that we're going to put in ice so that they're nice and cold, and also some cooler bags. Also, for the biggest fish to pass through our way bay, we have a houseboat here. So we're actually going to give a group of fishermen, it sleeps 26. So we're going to make sure that whoever gets the biggest fish through our way bay is going to get that as a top prize.
Well, we got some brand new caps. We've got grey caps with red writing on it. We've got black caps with orange and yellow labeling. We've got some shirts, some really nice shirts on display for us today. And then we've got a lucky dip. So inside there, if you win that, you get whatever's inside there.
So this year we've got the cheetahs coming up, helping us run our promotion and everything. And we've got win a year supply of beer for you and a friend. So that's 24 cases of beer to last you every single day of the year for you and a mate.
Well, it was time for fishermen to start making their way to the way bay on a hard and tough day one. .750, not going to cut it unfortunately. But a couple of big fish seen on day one. Unfortunately the cooler boxes not very full. The gate also being closed. So the gate's now closed. There's a really quality cooler box, 3.84 kgs. A really good weighing fish, and arguably the catch of the day. $9.760.
I'm not disappointed. This is a beauty. Fish of a lifetime.
So the end of day one, those are the positionings. Finn's Fishing out in front, and closely followed by Glow Petroleum and Glow Trek Petroleum. But it was hard work for all the fishermen on day one. As day two was about to kick off, no doubt the fishing wasn't going to get any easier. The blistering heat making it extremely difficult for the fishermen, and they would either need to carry on what they were doing. Finn's Fishing, they seem to have the recipe so far, but the other teams that will now start lagging behind got some work to do. They would need to change their plan for day two, as the flare was shot and the teams are off for day two of the fishing. The marshals in their boat just making sure that they were moving around as well to check on fishermen. They were following the rules. Some boats not in a huge hurry. They know what the plan is for day two, just taking it easy. And other boats pushing on to the other side of the lake as fast as they could to get their key position. spirits were high amongst the fishermen, even though the catching wasn't great. They were enjoying their 3 days in Kariba. The fishing wasn't getting any easier. Definitely cool down the fishermen. The impact it would have on the fishing, not so sure. Some fishermen deciding that amongst the trees was the answer, slightly shallower water. And maybe because the water was a little bit warmer, so a bit more activity from the tiger fish in the shallow waters. It's a decent catch from one team. Definitely some weighers in those four. It's a nice fish as well. So it was time to hit the weigh bay again.
It was a bit tough than yesterday. It was windy the whole morning. It was a bumpy ride, and the weather was not good for fishing until 11 o'clock.
Very strict rules on
I personally think that conditions are slightly better because there's a lot more grass this year with the water has rising, so the bait fish is a lot better, and the fish numbers are more this year. At least more teams are catching some fish. Yeah, we're getting our limits. So we'll have to see end of tomorrow what the final score is.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Where did you get it?
In the water.
In the water? Where exactly?
I did put out a secret young.
But how does it feel?
It feels heavy. Very nice.
Yes.
Well, Charter B claiming the big fish on day 2, Mr. Wheeler, but it has not moved. Finn's fishing off the top of the pile. Nice early start for day 3. Some fishermen believing that day 2 was tough. Finn's fishing, however, believe that the fishing is better. But, only themselves really and the top couple of teams probably agreeing with Finn's fishing. The Finautis, the rest of them really struggling in these conditions. It's the final day, an opportunity to make a move. A good chance that the lesser teams would not catch the top 3, but still some opportunity for those top 3 teams to change their positionings. As the tags were dropped in, there's a security feature at the tiger fishing tournament ensuring that everyone that's gone out comes back in and heading to the starting line. So the flare was up and off the teams went. the last day of fishing. What can those teams that were fighting for top honours? Remember, there's an opportunity to win the tournament and also a top 10 finish, which would give an opportunity to fish early in 2018 in a test of the best. Nice to see early on the fish hooked up. And that's only half the job, landing it in the other half. Every weigher brought onto the boat. Exciting teams, no end, showing how tough the fishing has been. Reminder that the marshals also played their part in the event, ensuring that all the teams were controlled and abiding by the laws of the tiger fishing tournament. Not very easy to police with such a vast piece of water.
This year has been very, very disappointing in numbers. Unfortunately, we managed to register 55 teams, of which 10 are from South Africa. So that was a very, very good turnout for us, very unexpected. Unfortunately, we had no teams at all from Zambia. But considering the economic climate and the tough times that we're going through, I think 55 teams is probably a good number for this year. Fishing this year, conditions have been probably similar to last year, although catches have been better. We've had two very, very nice fish in. One just over 9.7 kgs on day one, and day two 9.2 kgs. And we're not quite sure what today's going to bring for us. An event like this can only be run with good sponsorship, and we're very, very grateful to our sponsors for their support of this event. Our gold sponsors this year are EcoCash, Isuzu, Ram Petroleum and Sawira Event Management. We're very grateful for their continued support, and our silver sponsors, THI Insurance and Zambezi Lager. We're very, very pleased to say that we managed to get a car on offer from Isuzu for the largest fish over 10 kgs through their weighbay this year. So with 2 9s in the bag, hopefully we get a 10 this year, today.
Well, it was that time again to see who had maybe got to that 10 kgs to win the car, as the weighbay was open. And fishermen were slowly starting to come in. Some of them obviously just fishing for fun. But there would be some fishermen vying for that top position. And some fishermen, not that you'd have to be a great fisherman to catch a 10 kg fish, but still hoping that maybe I could walk away or drive away with a brand new Isuzu car before the end of the week. There was all action as the teams now in had finished their 2017 edition of the Tiger Fishing Tournament. Obviously still some teams out in the water trying to just finish off well and catch that big fish. But for most, they were done. They had been beaten by the sun. No doubt enjoyed their 3 days of action and competition. A real test of character and spirit in these very tough conditions. Well, that was the fishing done. 3 days of tough competition. The weigh bay was closed, and the weights were in, and all that was left was the prize giving for the 2017 edition of the Kariba Invitational Tiger Fishing Tournament.
I said to the man, are you trying to tempt me? Ha, because I come from a land called Zimbabwe. And he said, do you come from a land down under in Sharana?
Kitft floating trophy for the largest fish of the tournament, 9.76 kgs. Well done, Trevor. The Remington Gold Trophy, donated by Remington Gold, on 89.335 kgs. Team number 25, ULTC Globe Petroleum. On 103.76 kgs, team number 50, Glow Trek Petroleum. And winning the AR Stumbles Trophy for the Zimbabwe highest team score, donated by Mr. ARW Stumbles, on 120.995 kgs, team number 1, Fishing.
Just the older generation teach the younger generation.
Well, we all work hard. This year we all had a good year. Exceptionally the Ballies, but yeah, it was a good year this year.
Great tournament, enjoyed it, and thanks to my family.
Yeah, had a lot of fun.
Well done, guys. Well done again.
We were fishing with live bait around the bream cages, and yeah, just got very lucky. Yeah, the fish I caught was 9.7 kilos.
Thanks very much and congratulations.
So there's confirmation of the 3 days action. Finns Fishing winning it back-to-back, 2 wins for them in a row. Globe Petroleum Trek in second place.
I will kiss my little brown dog down by the riverside, down by that riverside, down by the riverside. I will kiss my little brown dog down by the riverside, down by the riverside.